It is 7 o'clock. Call the meeting, or October Toledo Village Board meeting to order. Roll call.
Ingram.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Titus.
Yes.
Markwell.
Yes.
St. John.
Yes.
Stoltz.
Yes.
Oh. Pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'm going to speak to public hearing, petition to vacate 2 alleys.
Unfortunately, there's not a fully executed petition on file for tonight's public hearing, so we cannot hold the public hearing. Therefore, both the public hearing and the next item, ordinance number 533 on the agenda, will not be discussed tonight. If there is a future public hearing, it will be republished.
Minutes from September's meeting. You all received those. Is there any comments, questions, additions? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll so make that motion.
There's a motion and a second. Call for a vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Approval of bills payable. Anyone have any questions? I didn't see anything that jumped out at me. Questions, comments? Need a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Call for a vote?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Superintendent's report. No.
Oh.
The only thing I've got to talk about this month is the lift station project, unless anybody's got any other questions for me before we talk about that in my report. Okay. We had our bid opening on the 25th. The low bid was Follow Well Construction from Marion for the Lagoon lift station project. The low bid was $74,777, and it came in significantly higher than what I estimated it was going to. The other bid was a lot higher than that, $166,300. So that would be the low bid plus our parts cost of $22,904, which we've already got in the works, and we've already got those on the way. The total cost for the project would be $97,681. What I recommend is that we reject the bids and that you guys let us proceed as kind of a design build project and do the work ourselves. We'll have to contract Straker Pump to do some of the confined space stuff for us. But as far as the excavation and everything, we can do all that. The only downside to doing it that way is it's not going to be as fast as if we had a contractor come in and just put it in there and have it in probably within a week. It's going to take us a little bit longer than that. So that would be my recommendation. What are your thoughts on that?
So not a bad idea, it's gonna save money.
I don't know exactly how much it'll save us yet, because I haven't got all my people for parts quotes and the remainder of the parts that we have to have, the contractors are gonna provide. But, you know, I don't even wanna throw an estimate out there because everything that I've thought so far has been off, so. I'll just say that I think we can get cheaper.
And then Strafer would install the
Strafer will be
pumps, is
doing
that-
all the lift station work. That's kind of the specialized stuff that we don't really want to mess with, and I don't really want to have to deal with doing the confined space entry and all that stuff. So we don't really have the equipment to do that anyway on that magnitude.
So this bid from Paulwell, that part sounds like,
This bid from Followwell would be,
because you got the other parts cost
yeah,
too.
that's the parts, that's actual lift station pump parts that I wanted to make sure that we got the Myers pumps. So that 22,000 is not included in the 74,777. That will include like a precast manhole, some piping, other things that have to supply. But the pumps and the control panels are already purchased by us. So basically, it's labor, some parts, and then their confined space entry stuff that they have to do. So. So, what do you guys want? How do you want to proceed on that?
What's our thoughts?
It's gonna save us money, I don't see a problem with it.
Well, if you save money, that's the object of the game, and we've got the manpower.
We can do it. Like I said, it just won't get done as fast as contractors coming in and do it.
Do it in 2 weeks instead of 1 week?
I don't know how long it'll take us for sure, but if we do it all, the only thing we're under the gun for is getting things ready for Strafer. So we can, you know, take a week if we need to get the excavation done. They can come in a couple days, and then, well, it'll probably take them 1 day because they're quick, so they do it all the time. Then they'll probably leave, let us finish everything up, and they'll come back for a startup. That's how I'm assuming it'll work. So I got to get the details in full from them. I'm going to meet with them this Friday, talk about what they will do and what we'll have to do. So.
We need a motion for that,
To reject.
Rejected it.
Motion to reject the bid. Okay, well, I'll make a motion to reject the bid.
I'll second.
Have a motion to reject the bids on the lift station project. Call for a vote.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty much all I've got to talk about. So unless, like I said, if anybody has any questions, they want answered or anything.
Gordon, are you gonna come back with some additional information, or was I mean standard? What was the company you said?
Strafer.
Strafer,
yes.
thank you. Strafer. Are you gonna come back, or does that fit within your limits?
Well, it should fit within the limits. I mean, I can bring the numbers back, however you want to do it.
Just approve him, have a motion to approve the construction of the lift station, repairs in accordance with.
I'll make a motion to keep the bids, I guess, to repair the lift stations.
Not the bids.
Not the bid,
The
no.
bid.
In-house.
The in-house.
The parts in-house, okay. However you make that.
Approve Jordan's plan for the repair of the lift station.
Approve George's plan,
There we go.
repair of the lift station.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Call for a vote.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Anything else, Jordan?
That's it.
Okay. Police report. Looks like it's been fairly quiet. Daniel,
So
what
you
did,
can ask a question.
yeah, what did they find out was wrong with the canine squad that was,
The oil ascending unit sensor was
Okay.
bad. Neil Tire fixed it at around $70.
okay. Wasn't anything serious then, that's all I,
Chris Tees is no longer employed with the village of Toledo. Why do we still have him on the report?
Yeah, it's probably the beginning of the month when he came in, he'd come in and work on office stuff, and that would be the
his
only
stuff,
thing
he
would do.
has returned all his, items that he had that belonged to the village, and
That
he
he
is,
has now?
yes,
Okay. So
and he
he'll be out there
has,
next month.
yes.
I think he still has his keys.
Oh, he does?
No, we have the keys.
Oh,
No,
did you get him
okay.
off of it?
I was gonna say, I was told that he had returned everything, so. Any other questions on the police report?
We got a couple of new names here, but it was Justin Goble. How long has he been with us for a while?
A month.
So I don't recognize that name.
He should be the only different one on there.
He is employed as a officer
In
in K, a full-time officer in KU. We were in a bind and needing some,
I understand.
yeah, so. Any other questions? Moving on, treasurer's report.
Anyone have any questions on the report? I have several middle of the month bills. Did more backhoe and concrete for the extra work on the sidewalk project over here at the annex building, $2,125.60. Toledo Democrat for the ad for the electronic recycling, $189. Walton and Harmon Veterinarian Next Guard for the Loki, the drug dog, $105.50. Neil Tire repair and fixing the oil leak on the Explorer, $95.10. Toledo Machine Shop, they smoothed the bucket edge on the Mini,
We made it, yeah.
$126.60. Com2 Recycling for the electronic pickup we had this past Saturday. They had 3 loads of electronics, $1,200. And I'd like to pay these middle of the month.
What was the extra work at the end?
It was around the fire hydrant over there. That wasn't in the original plan, but since he was there, we went ahead and added that into the price. The hydrant would leak in the wintertime, and it would cause ice all over the sidewalk because the concrete would heat up. So we took that out, and we were trying to minimize what we did, but we ended up having to take the ramp and everything out, redo it all, so.
Needed to be done.
So it was ADA approved and everything, so.
I'll make a motion to pay the middle of the month bills.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to pay the bills middle of the month. Call for a vote.
Yes?
Yes.
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 And then, you had in your packet 2 quotes on, cleaning our carpet up here and waxing the floors. Today I looked up to see when the last time was we had anything done. And 2009 was when we had the floors waxed, and 2012 was when we had the carpets cleaned. So we are kind of due.
So,
I would like to go with this Excel, if that would be okay with you guys.
They're a little cheaper too.
Yeah, a little cheaper, and they were highly recommended. And we do have a problem with our tile, they're getting big gaps in them, and he explained to me that you can't really get a lot of liquid underneath there in those cracks, or otherwise it'll seep underneath your tile and then they'll all start coming up. So he's, quoted this, burnishing and doing a dry stripper.
Someone want to make a motion to do this, or what's our feelings?
Can it wait?
Well, I reckon we could do another few years. I guess it's not gonna really, it doesn't matter to me.
So what did he actually say about the tile?
They're getting big gaps in them, and you have to be careful when you put the cleaner on there, that cleaner doesn't seep in those cracks and underneath, and then go underneath the other tile and start making them come up.
Does this include all the offices in the back
Mhm.
And they're gonna strip
and the
it?
bathroom,
Mhm, everything,
the kitchen?
the kitchen,
Yeah.
everything.
I'll make a motion to do
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second to employ Excel, Echo Clean to strip and wax the floors, the tile areas, and clean the carpet. Call for vote?
Yes.
that. Yes.
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 That's the only thing I have.
Clerk's report.
Okay, did you guys receive the quote for the new computers?
Yes.
In your packet, did you have time to look at that and any questions? I contacted Locust and they don't, we always, in the past, have purchased our computers from them and they are not supplying, their customers with computers any longer. So we contacted the county and they use KDT out of Effingham, so I called them and had them come down and look at what we had and give us a quote on what we needed. And Jordan would like to have our computers to use them for training, our current computers.
So this is two desktop.
Mm-hmm.
And the old ones are just getting out of date.
Yeah, they're just bogged down. We haven't updated since, well, it's been close to 5 years now, so.
I'll make a motion to purchase the computer.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to purchase 2 desktop computers from KTD Incorporated out of Effingham. Call for vote?
Yes.
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 And I also have a supplemental resolution for, and I can let Jordan explain that a little bit more, on, for MFT.
The price came in, well, originally we were going to take the money that we had in MFT and use it, and then we were going to supplement that with some general fund money. However, since we put it out for bid earlier this year, and we've had a couple months in there, we were able to actually pick up MFT money. So that is kind of what that's for. Plus, the price is a little bit different. Roger figured it all, but it all worked out to what it was supposed to. So he made the resolution. Just need approval for it.
And it's in the amount of $3,713.34.
Do you need a motion to
Yes,
approve
please.
that?
Yes.
I'll make that motion to approve the Illinois Department of Transportation supplement.
Need a second?
I'll second
We have a motion and a second to approve the supplemental resolution for maintenance of streets and highways. Call for a vote?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yes.
I just have one more thing I'd like to thank Tracy. Taylor Law, her and Taylor Law has forgiven the village $750 towards expenses that we accrued regarding all of the FOIA requests that we've obtained. And just like to thank her for that. So. And that's all I have unless somebody has any questions.
Okay. Does the police committee have a recommendation to make?
Yes, we met the 17th, and we thought it would be in the best interest of the village to try to contract with the county to take over the police patrolling.
Discuss personnel. I'd like to have a motion to go into closed session and discuss personnel, please. Section 2, C1.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second to go into closed session, discuss personnel, call for vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You might want to bring a couple seats out there for, okay, people need to sit down. You want to take them?
Sorry, my hand is, my in the way. I'm always helping. I think so.
Coming back into open session, roll call.
Ingram,
Yes.
Duval,
Yes.
Titus,
Yes.
Markle,
Yes.
St. John,
Yes.
Stoltz.
Yes.
like to have a motion for ordinance appointing Daniel Hanley as temporary chief of police.
For clarification, this is a temporary appointment for a term up to 6 months and can be terminated at any point upon 14-day written notice.
Make a motion to adopt that ordinance.
Second.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Call for vote.
Yes.
No. Yes. No.
No. Yeah. Yes.
You'll have to break it down.
Yes.
Mr. President, I still would wish this board would consider looking at the county to to contract our law enforcement with the Cumberland County. They are receptive to our request. It would be a considerable savings to our village. And I think it is something that definitely needs to be considered.
And I think that we can very much consider that, but it's not something that's gonna happen in 30 days.
It could,
That's what I'm looking at.
if you could, if we would be willing to do that. I have talked to county board members, I have talked to law enforcement in the sheriff's department, and it could be feasible, and we could save several dollars. And I would like for us to consider it.
Larry, do they have a committee, the county? that-
I talked to Todd Beard, and he's on that committee. But
Maybe
I
our
do not
committees.
know the committee.
I would have
Maybe
no
our
problem
committees
at
need
all
to
with
get
our
together.
committee meeting with their committee, but it's going to take a lot of, I would say there's a lot of due diligence that's going to have to be done on both sides.
Right.
You can contract with another governing municipal entity to provide services that a municipality can have, but it does require a contract and ordinance. So those would need to be in place. But that's not inconsistent.
Diedrich just did this.
I agree, Deere just did it. I'd probably clean up the contract just a little bit,
Okay.
but
Louisville has done it. Warrensburg has done it. There are some other communities that I'm not aware of right now. But Diedrich just did theirs last month.
yes.
And I'm not saying I'm for it or against it, I'm just saying there would have to be a lot of assurances made as to what takes place for the village.
True.
And all of that could be delineated within a contract if that's the route
Right.
that the municipality chose to go.
Joyce, would you contact the county and find out their committee?
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you.
You want me to set up?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
And then post notice in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. If the committees do meet. Make sure that the county does so as well. I'm sure that they will, but
the only other thing I have is I just wanted to say that I thought the village, or the electronic pickup went outstanding Saturday. That was quite a deal. Public comments. We have Linda Robards first.
Do I need to stand? I guess you do.
No, you
Okay.
don't have to.
Okay. But you can't, let's make me a little nervous. But good evening to the village president, all the village board, and all the community members. Vi Whitaker and myself, we are here in reference to your decision of after 20 years of maintaining Grant Avenue in the north end of town, you have decided not to maintain it. By maintaining, I mean that you have oiled the road twice, you have plowed it out in the winter, and you have filled in potholes. This concerns us greatly, as it would you too if you lived on the road. But since you have maintained it for over 20 years, this was my question, and so I contacted a right-of-way agent who works in right-of-way and easements for over 20 years, and a variety of locations in the state of Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, all over. And so after I tell you a little history, then I'm going to tell you what he told me. But several years ago, Keith, Vi, and I came here, and as you know, the property at one time belonged to the Wilsons. Alice Sherwood deeded the property over, gave it to the town accepted it, and it is in your board minutes. I have no idea what year that was, but we were at the board meeting. And this is when you started maintaining the road. There is no paperwork filed for that, which the right-of-way agent said that he couldn't even tell the number of cases that he has worked, that there's absolutely no paperwork for right-of-way or easement. He's worked in mayor of Chicago, he's worked in small towns, because if someone has said they have deeded that over, they are not gonna lie about giving land to somebody else. And so he says with his work, and then he has to, they have the lawyer too, and that they accept the word of it, and there is no paperwork for it. But the problem is that it's been maintained for over 20 years, so the village of Toledo accepted this road. They said, yes, it's our road. Why would you waste the village money on a road that you think is a private road? This is misappropriation of the funds of all taxpayers in Toledo for over 20 years. Now, for some reason, you do not want to keep this road as a village road. The village of Toledo put up a sign, Grant Avenue. They named the road. I didn't name the road. Vi didn't name the road. I lived there when it was put up. But my question is how can you not claim a road that you have already claimed? The right-of-way agent told me that this cannot happen. He cannot come here because he's traveling right now. I can try to find someone locally to come to talk to you, but I don't know if you can see my point or not. I'm not asking for you, or Vi isn't either, to reconstruct the whole road. Put some rock on it. You don't even have to oil it. But we need, to plow it out in the winter. You have been doing this for us. And you've named the road. Now, I don't understand. It's just it's not a major issue, but I don't understand how the village can say, yes, we own that road, and all of a sudden, you don't own it. So that is my question for the night. I probably have left out things, but I'm kind of a nervous speaker. But this does concern us, and we would like to have this addressed. As I said, I can bring a local right-of-way agent. The one I talked to has worked for 2 major gas companies, and now is working for the major electric company, and has worked in this area and dealt into it. And you go down the history, you're not going to find all the paperwork. But I didn't ask Alice to come because she has come up here personally and said, yes, I did give you that road. And if I'm talking too loudly, I apologize, because I have a tendency to do that. You want to say anything?
I agree with everything you said.
Thank you, Linda.
I don't know
You're
how I
welcome.
could say it
And I
any
thank
better.
you for listening to me.
So Vi, you don't have anything to add?
Well,
But, I mean, you certainly have your time to speak.
3 years ago, when we had to call the ambulance for Keith, the snow was 1.5 feet deep, and the ambulance couldn't get down to the house to pick him up. And they had to call the city to come and plow it out so they could come in. And they couldn't even get in the front door because they couldn't get the front door open. They had to pick the snow out of that. You know, that's kind of dangerous. If I die in that house and there's 2 feet of snow on the ground, is Barclays gonna have to wait 3 or 4 days till the snow melts to come get me? It's a big concern. It's scary. I feel like I'm just as important, and Linda too, as anybody else in this town. I've lived here 41 years. I pay taxes like everybody else. And it's not just one house back there, it's 2 houses back there. And even Troy Wilson uses the road to pull into his property.
Aaron Beard.
Okay, I just have a few things to say. One is, what articles of municipality are you guys operating under? The reason I'm questioning this is because different articles have different provisions for adopting a chief, and I was just curious which ones you guys operated under to verify that it was the correct way of handling it. And I found no record anywhere stating which one you guys operate under, so that's why I'm asking. Also, you guys did a motion earlier for Mr. Harper over there. I'm curious as to where on the agenda that item was that you guys made a motion for. Because last time I checked, if it's not on the agenda, it cannot be voted on. No final action can be taken, but you guys did a final action and I cannot find it on the agenda. So I'm just curious about that. And then Mr. Hanley over here, why is it that nobody has done anything about him violating the city ordinance with his farm animals? I mean, it's not that hard to go out there with a tape measure and measure 240 feet to see if them hogs are inside city limits or not. That is you guys' responsibility, isn't it, to enforce the ordinances equally? I mean, last time I checked, that's what it said, at least. That's all I have to say.
Anybody else?
No.
No, that's it. Do we have any comments from, or any concerns from the board? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Second.
I'll second it.
Call for vote.
Yes.
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 I know.
Not shoot you, I think you whatever.
You're not gonna, I have a question, you're not going to
violate
address
the Meetings Act, even on the
the
policy
issue of
and how
Grand
it's
Avenue
kicked
or
out.
not?
Just can't.
The,
Put on the agenda.
it's not on the agenda.
I asked to be put on the
Well.
agenda, and I was told it could be put on the agenda.
Yes,
I
she
did.
did. She asked me, and
I
I thought
asked
she was
it
just
to be
talking
put on the
about the
agenda.
thing. I didn't know she wanted, yeah, what she said on the agenda.
I said I wanted to put it on
You
the
didn't
agenda
have to be
because
on
it
the
needs to be
agenda, you
addressed.
can do the public comment thing. So I misunderstood that part of it.
Okay, so now what?
So it doesn't,
I have to go, I
It's up
have
to the mayor
I-
to put it on the agenda or not.
adjourned.
Well, you violated it once, you might as well keep going. Well, you did. I mean, I'm just pointing out the facts.